All right, welcome to Jersey Beast TV. So in this exercise video, we're going to be covering how to do the Russian kettlebell swing. Now, the difference between the Russian kettlebell swing and the American kettlebell swing is that the American kettlebell swing is not really a kettlebell swing. I'm just kidding. The American kettlebell swing is the one you see CrossFitters do, where they bring the kettlebell all the way up above their head. I don't like to do those. Some people do. My viewpoint is that if you're going above the head, do presses or snatches. The American kettlebell swing, I have no use for it. That's just my personal opinion. But the Russian kettlebell swing is the one where you come straight out with the arms, about shoulder level. So when it comes to doing the kettlebell swing, most people do it wrong. And the reason being is because they're not using their hips, they're not engaging their glutes and their hamstrings. And what they're actually doing is they're squatting and they're lifting with their arms. Squat, lift. That's completely wrong. What you want to be doing is hinging at your hips. So you're not actually dropping down. You're not dropping down with the weight. You're keeping the knees slightly bent and your hips are driving towards the wall behind you. So here, hinge. My knees are still slightly bent. They're still in the same position they were, but my hips drop backwards. What you don't want to do is drop down. You don't get any swing that way. That's called a deadlift. So, to get started, make sure the kettlebell's in front of you, okay? About a foot length, foot and a half length in front of you, all right? And what that's going to do is start the momentum off the first time you lift the weight off the floor. If you're standing directly with the kettlebell and you stand up with it, then you actually have to start the swing with momentum. If the kettlebell is starting in front of you, once you stand up, that weight's going to swing towards you, and that's when you load it at the top of your legs and you drive those hips forward using your glutes and your hamstrings, not your lower back, okay? And that's what's going to propel that kettlebell straight forward, straight ahead, build explosiveness in the hips, build explosiveness in the glutes, and boost your cardio capacity. There are a ton of great uses for the kettlebell swing if you do them right, okay? So just to get started, remember, feet a little wider than shoulder width, you gotta drop the hips back behind you, this way, all right? Keep your head neutral, which means you're not looking up like this, and you're not driving your chin into your chest. Your neck should be in neutral position, so basically you're just natural, your head's in line with the rest of your body. You're gonna grab the kettlebell, tilt it back, tilt the handle towards you so it's on an angle, sitting on the edge, the bottom edge. And now when you stand up, that kettlebell is going to swing towards you because gravity is going to pull it towards you. And that's when you load the kettlebell at the top of your legs and you swing forward. One thing you don't want to do when you do the kettlebell swing is keep the weight too low. If the weight's here, what that's going to do, especially if you're using a heavy weight, 60 pound, 70 pound, 80 pound, 100 pound kettlebell, it's going to pull your upper body towards the ground and roll the shoulders. Don't want that to happen. You're going to feel it in your lower back, all right? If the shoulders are going to roll forward, there's no integrity in your core. There's no stability. So the key to the kettlebell swing, when you load that kettlebell back and get ready to drive the hips forward, is you want the weight, the kettlebell weight, be at the top of your legs. Basically, if you're a guy, right under your nuts. That's where you want it. Just don't hit yourself, okay? So you're here. That keeps everything tight. Upper body is in line. See how my back is nice and straight? The shoulders are not rolled forward. See that? And now when you're here, you can drive the kettlebell forward and extend. Keeping the glutes tight, keeping the hamstrings tight, driving that kettlebell straight ahead, okay? One last thing before I show you actually how to do it. When the kettlebell is in front of you, you don't want it to be like this, or like this, or like this. It needs to be straight out, straight. Almost as if it's an extension of your arms and your hands. Almost as if it's part of you. All right, if the kettlebell is out this way, straight out this way, then you know you're doing it right. If it's dipping down, then you're lifting with your arms and you're not getting enough hip drive. Keep that in mind, all right? So here we go. Feet shoulder width, a little wider than shoulder width. Slight bend in the knees, drive the hips back. Keep the upper back nice and tight. Pull the shoulders back behind you. Head neutral position. Kettlebell on an angle on its edge. And you're going to stand up and drive the kettlebell forward with the hips. When you're done, you place it exactly where you started, okay? Remember, watch my head. Go back and watch the video, watch my head. My head isn't looking up, my chin isn't being driven down into my chest, it's neutral, okay? Hips are back, kettlebell's at the top of my legs, and once it hits here, you're driving forward, so that kettlebell is straight out, almost feels weightless for a second. You get enough hip drive to get that kettlebell straight out as an extension of your arm, and just for that split second when it's out there, before it comes down, it feels weightless. That's the key to doing a perfect Russian kettlebell swing. All right, guys, enjoy this video. Any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Make sure you check out the links in the comment section as well. We're linking up a lot of cool stuff for you guys. And stay tuned for the next exercise of the day.